We've called this F.R.E.D.Talks because it stands for Fun Rabbinic Educational Discussions. Happens to be my first name too, so okay, it works out beautifully. Okay, what we've entitled this is what I've learned from YouTube. Now, I'm a really big YouTube watcher, and I love to see how people tell us how to get rich. It's one of my things, how to get rich. They all basically come down to 5 simple principles, and I'm always amazed by it. It comes, first of all, you have to decide how rich you want to be. If you were asked that question, how rich you would want to be, you'd have to come up with a number, okay? Number is 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 1 billion, whatever the case is going to be. Now, after you've done that, once you've done that, so now you have to read books, and you have to figure out who your heroes are, right? That's the way you do. You look, you figure out, do I want to be in real estate? So that's Trump. Do I want to be in affiliate marketing? That would be Anik Singal. Do I want, whatever it's going to be, I need to find those people, those heroes, and find out what they did in order to get to where they are today. Some of them started out with nothing. Some of them started out with something. So again, you have to figure out what they did and go on with that. Then they tell you, find a program, a proven program. What we would call today is when you get like a McDonald's, a franchise. Find a program that works, and you just have to follow the directions. And by the way, if you can't find one, they're willing to sell you theirs. Okay? And because they've made millions, they can show you how to make millions. All you have to do is buy their product and follow their program, then you can do it. And by the way, Carvel was probably the most famous with that, besides McDonald's, where they would make the product, make you buy the franchise, and you'd have to buy their product. They could sit at home, do nothing, and you're making them rich. Then the other thing they tell you is get a mentor. You need somebody to help you along, so you have to get a mentor. Okay, and finally, do it. Don't just read about it. You have to do it, right? Like Nike. Now, what amazed me about this is as I was listening to every one of these lectures, I realized that everything they said, we say via the Torah. The best book, if I would have to pick one of the book of all of the Torah, and I use the Torah in the all-inclusive language there, of both written and oral tradition, I would tell you, if you wanted to succeed in life, the book you should read is Pirkei Avot, the Ethics of the Fathers. That is encompassing all of their ideas, and all you have to do is follow it. I'll give an example. It says, when it says to read the book and learn all these things, that's the famous Havachba, the Havachba, the Kuliba. Keep turning over and over in the Torah because everything is in the Torah. So if I want inspiration, I have to go to my, again, all the stories that we have. We have autobiographies of the rabbis. We have autobiographies of all these heroes that, again, using Jewish heroes, all these heroes that succeeded against all odds to become Talmidei Chachamim. Not everybody has a photographic memory that by the time they're 3, they finish Shas. That wasn't the story. Most people had to go through the torture of going through, and they didn't have the food to eat. The old joke was in Europe, there was a yeshiva guy that used to go out to people's homes. And so what happened was they were all poor and they were serving potatoes. That would be the thing they would serve. So one of the yeshiva guys went to the home, and he has potatoes in front of him because that's what they serve. And he's looking at it, and the guy says, "What's the problem?" He says, "I don't know what the bracha is. I don't know the blessing." He said, "What kind of yeshiva guy are you?" It's a potato. What's your problem? He said, "Okay, when potatoes grow from the ground, I know that they are barei priadama. Praise is the fruit, bless the fruit of the ground. But when they grow out of my ears, what do I say?" Okay, so he was tired of eating potatoes, so he didn't know what to say. But that was really a picture of what it was. In Europe, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and yet these people overcame that. And many of them became Talmidei Chachamim, very great rabbis, and if not rabbis, then became very tremendous Jews. Okay, they have to always become rabbis to do that. So that's who the heroes would be. Then there's other people who go out and help others. That's what you're supposed to be reading. If you want to get inspired, you keep turning over, again, the Torah I'm using in the all-expensive term of what Torah is. That would be the basic thing of reading your books. When it comes to a goal, think about the goal. What do we say there? We would say from the Torah that it's, for instance, if you want to become rich, we would say, Ezu Ashir, who was a rich person. And what do we say? Person who's happy with his lot. That is our goal. If I want to look for a goal, if I want to look for a vision, again, I can put any money value on riches I want. But I say, if I was a rich man and I have a mind, $3 million. Well, what happens when I hit $3 million? I want more. I want more. Not because, by the way, not because I need it. Because what am I going to do? I got $3 million in one day. Big deal. I paid for my ticket. I paid my day. I spent my dollar on the mega box, and I won second prize, and I have my $3 million. That's after taxes. But I have my $3 million. So now I've made my thing. So am I going to retire? I'm too young to retire. I'll be bored. How many times can you go around the world? Okay? You can't do it. So you get bored. All these people, if you watch all these, and again, Anik Singal, all these rich guys, Robert Kiyosaki, whatever these people's names are in reality, these people aren't happy with the billions that they have. They want my $1,000 because they want to make me rich. That's their sales pitch. Okay? And that's what they say. There's a book called The Minute Millionaire. His thing, he sold books at $20 per shot, I guess was. His thing was he wants 1 million millionaires. And he wants to help us by showing us how to do it in 1 minute. Well, that, by the way, what do we always find out about the 1 minute? It's a lifetime. It's never 1 minute. It means I can start it. It takes me 1 minute to start, but I have to keep going. The same thing we're seeing from the Torah. It says the job, again, Pirkei Avot, the job is not to be finished. It's just to be started. I don't look to say I'll never finish. Since I can't finish it, I'm not going to start it. No, you have to start it. And that's what the $1 million millionaire, the minute millionaire becomes. Okay, and all these guys, they all become it. They say, if you don't start it, if you don't start doing it, it'll never happen for you. And again, all you do is follow my program, and it happens. And what's the program we have here? Does anybody know? This comes again from the Shema we say every day. You should love Hashem with all your heart, soul, and might. What does that mean? I have to become a fanatic. My whole focus should be on that thing I'm about to do. Here it's talking about Hashem. Again, looking for the Torah point of view. If I'm trying to be a good Jew, my whole life has to be focused on that goal, that singular goal. And if I do that, I'll be very successful. If I don't do that, if I decide, well, I'm going to be a Jew from 9 to 10, and then I'm going to become the part of the same. I'm going to compartmentalize myself. 9 to 10, I'm going to be a religious Jew. I'm going to learn Torah. For 1 hour, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to become a goy. I'm going to do everything else I have to do. No, you can't do that. And constantly has to be there. That has to be my whole goal with all my heart, soul, and might. That's what they're telling us. If I focus in, totally focus in, then I become successful. If I don't focus in, the YouTubers will tell me, I'm not going to be as successful. I will have some success. Nobody's going to say that you get nothing from it, but you won't be as successful. If I want to become the greatest success, they're saying you have to give your whole heart and soul to it. And think about that, by the way. I want to take one step back. Let's say I did take that 1 hour, okay? And I said, that's my hour of Judaism, if you will, okay? And I put that hour, I totally focused on whatever I was doing in the Torah. For us, the reward would be amazing, okay? It's absolutely not comfortable, because we say every single morning that when we do certain acts, just as if I do an act of loving kindness, if I wake up early to go to the base medrash, to the study hall in the morning and night, if I welcome in guests, you're not doing that 24/7. But the fact of the matter is, we say that the reward is in this world and the world and the reward for the world to come. It's an endless reward just for one action. And I don't have to keep doing it continuously. I don't welcome guests in 24/7, right? This is an impossibility. When it comes to a Shabbos, when it comes to some other time, if somebody comes into you, you welcome them. For that simple reward, again, for us, Hashem gave us a wonderful gift. We do a mitzvah, it keeps paying dividends. By the way, there's something else that we learned from YouTube. If I want to become rich, multi-millionaire, there's one thing I have to do. One thing. And if I do that one thing, I'll become rich. If I don't do that one thing, I will not become monetarily rich. How do we normally make money? What we normally do is have time. I trade my time for my money, right? I put in from 9 to 5. I get paid $10 an hour, and I get a certain amount of money. If I want to get more, I go to my boss, and I say to my boss, I need a pay raise. My boss automatically listens to me and gives me a $20 pay raise. Now I've doubled my money. Great. Still, do I have a limit to my money? Correct? There's always a limit to my money because it only goes by the time I'm working. What happens is I only have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I never can expand my time. That's an impossibility. But if I want to become a multimillionaire, what I have to do is have multiple streams of income. That's what I need. They'll all tell you the same thing. I have to have multiple streams of income. So what happens is I'm doing my job. I have you doing something else. I have you doing something else. You doing something else. And I'm getting all the money. Because you're working. You think for me. You think for yourself, excuse me. But you're really working for me. Because I bought into your business. So I have all these multiple streams of money coming into me. And I'm sitting down on the beach or in my office, whichever I choose to do. That's my choice at that point. And I'm still getting paid. Again, this is totally a Torah concept. When it's called Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh B'Zeh. All Jews are tied together. We're all bound together. Because when I get you to do a mitzvah, then guess what? I get reward for that. You did it, but I get reward for it. I don't get all the reward. I get a little reward. But that's the point of passive income. I'm sitting down, and each time you put tefillin on, let's say, and I helped you put tefillin the first time, I told you about the mitzvah and so on and so forth. I kept Shabbos, somebody keeps Shabbos, somebody gives tzedakah, somebody is learning Torah. I gave the skills. Guess what? I win. That's my multiple streams of income. That's a totally Torah concept. And yet these guys are hopping. They're grabbing onto these concepts. Where they learned it from, I have no idea. But it's there. If we just keep reviewing Pirkei Avot, if we look at the Musar Sfarim, it is unbelievable how rich we are without knowing it. And we have all the skills necessary from the Torah itself to make us rich and beyond our dreams. Monetarily, spiritually, we can have it all. Bottom line is, though, we have to really become attached to it so that everything we see is through the lens of Torah. Because, let's face it, money won't make me happy. Look at all the people who have money. They're not happy. They're just not. They always want something else, something else, something else. And those who have whatever they think they want, they're not happy. There's always something missing. Ask them, what's wrong? They'll say, I don't know, but something's missing. And then finally, they end up going to Kabbalah, finding Jewish mysticism. All these things. Again, look at all, Madonna's not Jewish, but Madonna, that was Madonna's story. She was missing something. She had everything she could have wanted. She thought she was at the top of the world. And what happened? She finds Kabbalah. Baruch Hashem for Kabbalah. Everybody was doing Kabbalah for a day or something, but because of Madonna. But really, we have it. And that's why the rabbis say, Ezu, Asher, who's a rich person, Mesamech Bechelko. If he's happy with what he has, stop looking for what other people have. Stop looking for everything else. Be happy with what you have. And from there, that's the contentment that we all want. That's what nobody wants. That's what most people don't get. All these guys who are out there trying to make us millionaires, they want something from life, and they just don't know what it is. If they listen to this video, they'll get it. But that's what they want. They just have to pay me $20, you can get it. But you just have to do that, right?
Without tax.
Right. But that's what we're learning from YouTube and from all these guys. That we have it, we've had it, we always will have it. All we have to do is use it. And if we use it, then we'll fulfill the dictum of Ezu Asher, who is a rich person, or the one whose happiness is one. Thank you very much, everybody.